So Boycott going to face Michael Holding, and Holding has already switched to a round the wicket attack. Last minute reaction though from the Yorkshireman, just pulled bat, head and everything away in the nick of time. So Geoffrey Boycott having a pretty tough time of it out there at the moment. And he's gone, he's caught it slip. So he was softened up there, and then the full-length ball, Boycott looking to drive, never in position. And the breakthrough for West Indies, disposing of Boycott for 4 to a catch by Kallicharran at first slip with Holding the bowler. Going down with just 9 runs on the board. Got a comfortable single there, sees Brian Rose away. Ollie Haynes on the offside, able to prevent any runs in front of the wicket. No change from the football end. Here's Michael Holding. It's a lovely shot, forced away off the back foot. Haynes giving chase. And that beats him, goes through for the first boundary. It's struck very nicely off the meat of the bat. It only just made the boundary here. Further indication of how the rain has slowed down this outfield.
Slightly uppish that stroke there from Brian Rose, but it's another single on the board, and quite telling, this change already to Joel Garner, because Michael Holding had caused the damage. He certainly wasn't too tired to go on bowling, but they obviously felt there was a little bit of juice here in this pitch, that the accuracy of big Joel Garner and his height could well make use of before the ball gets any older.
He's gone, and that I think we really can put down to the variable bounce. It must have stopped there in the pitch. Gooch was playing just a normal type stroke and lofted away there behind the square leg umpire to Marshall. The second wicket goes down at 27. Oh, what a good delivery. Kept very, very low. We saw Croft coming in, well, said that there was no great height from that ball at all. It probably hit about, well, yes, halfway up the stumps, and that a ball where he was playing across the crease. And he's away there, just the single. Put him down. Carlos King introduced to the side in place of Clive Lloyd. King was at fourth slip, and it was certainly his catch, although may have looked as though it was between the two fielders.
Looking at that, there's no doubt that ball definitely stopped a little bit, and all the batsmen are very suspicious of this wicket. It doesn't look to me like a very good test wicket.
It's off the mark. Here's Croft. And he's gone. That can't be blamed on the pitch. Marshall again, it's a nice catch. Turned very firmly by Gatting. Got that right off the meat of the bat. And it would have been 4 runs if Marshall hadn't been there to intercept it. It's not where he meant it, but it is 4 runs. I suspect the system might be that you play anything short and anything that's well up, you give it everything.
And here's a little bit of everything. Bang. Over the top of the gully.
Safe again. Yes, I think it's plan C today, Tom. And there's the one Marshall was waiting for, but he'd need to be a long way back for that. That's Botham's reply, and a very enjoyable 1-2 for the good crowd here today. 14 he is now, and up comes the half century for England. And it's well caught. Lecheran at first slip, and hardly a backward glance from Larkins. And what a time the West Indians are having.
So both of them down the far end now. Have a look at Joel Garner. And no doubt on both of them's tactics. So distrustful of this pitch, I think that anything up in his half is going to fling the bat. Steered away, no third man down there, and gets another 4 for it. It took a long time there to make up their mind they wanted the single. I think Peter Willey was quite pleased to take it. It sees him off the mark. It sees the end of Garner's over.
Croft now in his 11th over.
And he's gone. Oh dear, it was a dreadful shot. And nothing to do with the pitch there, nothing to do with the ball, and Peter Willey really only himself to blame. The wide delivery, he thought he might have learned his lesson in the previous over. Well, it'll be a great cheer here for Louis Bairstow, David Bairstow. His first test match, of course, here on his home ground, and getting an excellent reception. As you'd expect, of course, because David Bairstow, a great battler, great retriever of lost causes. He won't sell himself very cheaply.
Peter Willey there, realizing that he should never have gone for that and pulling out of it too late. Going for it and then trying to pull the bat away. Clipped the bottom of the bat, and a simple catch for Murray. So England in real trouble now. 59 for 6. And Willey out for 1.
That's nicely off the mark. Quite pleased to get one there from Croft, just outside leg stump. David Bairstow's made the most of it and chalks up a couple of runs. Oh, that's a pretty good shot. Perfect piece of timing there by the England captain, waiting for the one pitched up. Wasn't it? It seems with a great deal of power, he just leant into it and picked it up so very nicely over extra cover.
This really is a tremendous shot. It's difficult enough to hit spinners over extra cover or mid-off for 6. When you can hit Garner like that, really tremendous shot.
Well, he's got after him again. There's nobody down at third man. That's 4 runs too. Not possibly quite where he intended it, but one's got to take a few chances to make anything like a respectable score on this pitch. Looking to hit it square, a little late on it.
Well, there is a little bit of captaincy there from the sidelines. We heard in the Olympics that the boxing referees often told the corners to keep quiet, no coaching from the sidelines, but that obviously was a signal there from Lloyd to Richards. Switch ends, he said.
That's 4-2, no third man. So 4 this time to David Bairstow. Just fractionally late on this shot, but it sped away at great speed. And Croft to switch the angle, coming around the wicket. And all coming alike. No mid on, and fired Backus has given up the chase. It wasn't a piece of very good judgment by him. Thought it had gone, and that slow outfield again. It stopped just about an inch short of the line. Didn't make any difference, of course, because plenty of time for both of them to run 4.
Another fine shot by Botham. Worked it beautifully off the toes, angled in around the wicket, and certainly the crowd, which is now not a bad one, can't complain about the excitement which they've had this afternoon. Tremendous stuff.
Great stuff indeed, and Botham and Bairstow survived 3 more overs up to the tea interval to take that score along to 85 for 6. Botham 35, Bairstow 8. They added just 4 more runs from that last 4 from the England captain. We pick up play now in the first over after tea. No more runs have been added. Marshall's bowling to Bairstow, coming in from the Kirkstall lane end, and with me in the commentary box is Ted Dexter.
Don't think, well, perhaps we'll need to have a look at the replay. I was going to say, I don't think he got his hands on it. Perhaps the fingertips just brushed it. Very, very difficult one, if indeed he did. Just evaded him. Might just have moved a little off the seam, but not much. Looked as though Botham was, in fact, playing down the wrong line. Behind the wicket, Derek Murray doing his leg stretching exercises, a la Alan Knott. That's a very good stroke. The outfield's slow here today. And they'll just take the 2 runs. For 6. And he's gone this time. Vivian Richards has caught him at mid-off. Mistiming there, and Michael Holding takes the 7th wicket for 89. 37, Ian Botham. And Holding now has 2 for 18. 89 for 7. That lofted stroke down the ground in the end proving fatal for Ian Botham, just 2 runs short of his 1,500 in Test matches. Malcolm Marshall is the bowler. Remember, he's not on strike, he's non-striker, and here's Bairstow. That outfield is slow, but slow as it may be, it's still quick enough to produce 4 runs from the outside edge there for Bairstow. Bury's off the mark. Their third man. And once again, the ball will beat Richards into the fence. Up comes the 100 for England. Vivian Richards having won the toss and put them into bat here at Headingley. Seven wickets down. 15 to Bairstow and 5 now to John Embury. It's Michael Holding now.
Really hasn't been a happy series for Derek Murray. Very difficult for him against bowling of this pace when it's pushed down the leg side as frequently as it has been in this series. And after all, he's not in the first flush of youth. He's now 37 years of age. And as far as time span is concerned, the longest serving Test cricketer in the game. And it needs a few stretching exercises when you're that age to keep up with the pace of this West Indies fast bowling attack. Well, I don't know what would have happened there if he had connected. Could well have gone all the way to Bradford. It really was a tremendous heave.
And there it is, almost an action replay. If anyone missed the first stroke, then just have a look at this one and you'll know how it was. Same ball, perhaps not quite the same power there, but still 4 runs. For more. No fly slip, no third man. And they were all valuable runs. To Bairstow, and can scarcely be a more popular 23 runs made. Young Yorkshireman making his Test match debut here. He's a good runner between the wickets. 4-all run there. And David Bairstow goes on now to 27. That's a good shot too. It's a very good over for Bairstow and for England. 31 he is now. Just stick around, John. And a little comforting word from Bairstow to the man who has the injured nose. And the score has raced along now to 116 for 7. 31 to Bairstow, 37 top score Ian Botham.
Marshall again to Bairstow. And that one hurried off. Change of pace there, only just got the bat down in time, but fairly racing between the wickets. It's 2 more, and the applause there, of course, for Bairstow, who's now top scorer in this England innings. Garner to Embury. Oh, he's played the hook shot. Quite surprised himself. Has another look round to make sure. That middle leg extreme well. It's a brave shot there from John Embury, because if you really did get a close-up look of that nose of his, you'd realise how sore and ugly it looks at the moment. And a confident shout, and Bairstow goes. In Palmer, no hesitation. Well, David Bairstow's been walking in there, looking to push it away on the onside. And that's the way he was finally dismissed here. But a fine, brave, bold effort this from David Bairstow. 40 out of a total of 131 for 8, making him very comfortably England's top scorer to date. So 131 for 8, Bairstow gone for 40. And another shot from the Kurtz lane end camera. And looking pretty plump. That's a good shot by Chris Old, stroked away very nicely off the back foot, racing away down the pavilion, and he's away with a very handsome 4.
Beautifully timed stroke this, and Chris Old put right across and beautifully timed through the gully. 4 runs all the way.
That's out. Lovely catch straight into the midriff there of big Joel Garner. Chris Old goes, 9 are out for 140. Chris Old out for 6. So Marshall picking up another wicket. Not dissimilar to the way in which Graham Gooch went earlier. And lurking around behind there, it's big Garner this time. Made no mistake at all. 140 for 9. Embury remains on 11, with just Graham Dilley to come. So, calm piece of batting up there by England's number 11, Dilley. Looking quite unconcerned and striking everything so far in the middle of the bat. Maybe we should think about changing our order around a bit. And he's yorked him with a real good one. That's the best way to get rid of number 11. More ways than one. 143 then, as Dilley is bowled by Garner. Ideal delivery there for the number 11 batsman. Put him in a fearful tangle, just in the end knocked over the leg bail. So 143 on the board.
It's a most uneven looking scorecard, that, but